Wow, in a very long time, and I mean a very long time, we actually have a leprechaun sighting on SmackDown tonight. Interesting. And Booker T, is he really neutral like Switzerland, or is he just the Randy Jackson of the WWE? And John Laurinaitis, how did he get all this power when he's nothing but a glorified scout? Anyway, all these questions and more is coming up on my review. Coming up next. What's up, people? This is Nature Girl 30 here, and I'm coming to you with a SmackDown review for October 7th. Now, I'm not going to lie. My brain is completely turned to mush watching this. And the reason why is because SmackDown should be its own brand. And honestly, I am sick to death of Raw bringing its crap onto SmackDown. SmackDown should be its own brand, should be its own entity. It should be separated from Raw. But what they did was they brought Raw's crap about the walkout to SmackDown. Starting with the intro. All the weaklings and punks that were trying to sue before were in the middle of the ring saying their own little spiel. David Otunga looking like a really nerdy lawyer. I mean, he was like literally a taller version of Urkel with muscles. And honestly, I'm sick to death of these little whiners trying to sue and crap, and it's ridiculous. I just wanted Raw's little issues to stay on Raw, and then SmackDown have their own little thing. And then we all know that, Teddy Long ended up having power for the night because Triple H just decided to back off. So, it was kind of sort of given, but it was also a good move. But honestly, Teddy Long coming out there and making the matches for the night, the tag team matches and all that other stuff for the main event, we kind of knew that was going to happen. But Alberto Del Rio making a request to actually have a match with Sin Cara. I actually thought this match was going to be great. Boy, was I wrong. It was the most underwhelming match I've ever saw in my life. Alberto Del Rio, a brawler versus a high flyer. Usually those matches are always great, but that just wasn't a good combo. The reason why is because Sin Cara did the same old wash, rinse, and repeat moves that he did at Hell in a Cell. And Alberto Del Rio, for real, yes, he's great when it comes to his technical submissions. Like, his submission moves are like excellent. But honestly, it's just, there was no passion in that match at all. He didn't, they were kind of sort of connecting, but not quite. And it's just, Alberto Del Rio, him winning was a given because he was real pissed off about what happened and everything on Raw, and about him being attacked and how being a leader or whatever he's pissed off about. We knew that he was going to win that night, and it was just far too predictable. And I was really disappointed seeing this match. It was totally underwhelming. The Divas match was way too short, and I'm really sick of this sadistic, twisted thing that they're trying to make all the divas scream. Really? I thought we were over the whole S&M crap. And like I said about John Laurinaitis constantly having his face on Raw and SmackDown. The fact that he had his face on SmackDown tonight, I really didn't even know why he was there. Because honestly, he's the executive of talent relations. Isn't that a glorified scout or a glorified scout counselor? That's pretty much what you are. You can try to define it in any kind of which way, but that's what his title is. He's a scout counselor. So why is he having all this power? Why is he on TV every night? He doesn't have any personality. He should not be on SmackDown. But anyway, I'm not making this into a rant, because if it was a rant, I would rant about Booker T. Because him walking out, there was no reason for him to. But anyway, I am not making a rant. This is going to be a review. But anyway, honestly, I was sick of seeing little snippets and promos and whatever. I was tired of seeing little cutscenes of the walkout. I wanted Raw. I've already said before, and I'm not going to reiterate it. There shouldn't have been any more of those those promos or those intros or whatever you call them about Raw, except if you're advertising it on a commercial. It should not be on SmackDown, because it's literally sucking all the interest out of SmackDown and putting it on Raw. But having all the superstars come from Raw to SmackDown and then protesting, saying, oh, I'm not going to come back until everything changes. I mean, it really did suck everything out of SmackDown tonight. And not to mention the fact that the matches themselves weren't really all that great. Jinder Mahal, seeing how Brodus Clay, his little promo, outranked your promo is kind of bad. Brodus Clay has not wrestled on SmackDown since who knows when. Since he was on NXT. And that wasn't even on the air. And his promo is outranking yours. And then you get interrupted by Big Zeke who can't talk at all. That's bad. That is bad for Jinder Mahal. He better come up with another unique way to promote his character or he's screwed. Literally. But honestly, the main event of the night, I really don't even know why it was even there. I mean, it was way too predictable. We all know who was going to win, and we've seen these guys wrestle before. It is time to do something different. I am sick to death of seeing Christian versus Randy Orton, and I'm sick to death of seeing Cody Rhodes versus Sheamus, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton involved is annoying to me because I've seen far too much of him. But the only bright spot of the night was seeing the return of the Big Show. Now, that really did make me happy because this was a feud that should have started a long time ago. This was something that should have been pressed a long time ago. The Big Show versus Mark Henry, because they were that was the beginning. That was the beginning of the whole crazy Mark Henry that we see now. The whole insane, sadistic Mark Henry that we see now was based on that feud with Big Show that really never ended or began for that matter. So it really did make me happy to see this because I'm hoping that it goes further and I'm hoping that the Big Show gets retribution because it seems like even though it could be crocodile tears that he had on the air, I really do think that he had genuine emotion from what happened to him because he was on the show for 4 months. So I mean, who knows? I mean, that could be real or whatnot or whatever. But I'm actually looking forward to see that feud, and I think the feud is going to be really interesting. And besides, it's going to move on from Randy Orton because we all know Randy Orton cannot beat Mark Henry. But seeing Hornswoggle up there was kind of a nice thing. Too bad it only lasted 2 seconds. And Booker T, I already have my issues with Booker T. I'm not going to go into the fact that he's the Randy Jackson of the WWE because that's pretty much what he is. He goes with the fad and not with his own emotions or his own personal experience as a wrestler. He goes with fads, which is one thing that, I'm not the type of person that likes to do that. But anyway, that's pretty much what it is with him. But either or, the match, how I'm going to rank this thing for the night is really difficult because SmackDown wasn't SmackDown. SmackDown was Raw. That's pretty much what it was. Nothing was really defined. Nothing was really set apart from SmackDown to make SmackDown SmackDown. It was Raw. It's SmackDown. That's pretty much what it was. And honestly, the mediocre mediocre matches, the constant talk about the dumb walkout, and the constant talk about who did this and who did that. I gotta give it I'm being generous here, giving it a C- because there were some pluses. The Big Show made his return, and he really did make a statement at the end of the show. Hornswoggle was really nice to see, and then the fact that we saw Booker T up there, doing his spin-a-rooney, having his own little music back again, was pretty good. And also, Air Boom actually did have their new music. Too bad it only lasted a few seconds. But their match wasn't all that bad, but it's just that, with them actually talking about the walkout really did kind of bring it down for me. So I'm just going to have it a C-, and I'm actually being generous here because this was literally a D show. But I'm being generous a little bit because of the Big Show coming back, so I'm making it a C- for the night. So as you can see, SmackDown really did drain my brain, and I am heading out to bed. So this is Nature Girl 30. I'm signing off. Peace out. See you later.